We are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. The stakes are high, no we won't fold, because we are unbeatable. We are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. The stakes are high, no we won't fold, because we are unbeatable.
Welcome to the world of Pokemon, and thank you so much for joining us on today's episode of Unbeatable as we jump into a brand new arc. Yay! Thank you guys so much for joining us. We are going to be jumping into our brand new arc of Unbeatable today, and it's going to start off with a moment of silence, a tug in the gut of every one of the players, and then a feeling of your feet landing on the ground. As we are going to pick up today's session, as all of you have just been teleported away from one Vermilion City, and are now present in sort of this immediately a lot cooler of an atmosphere. There is almost like a heavier sort of condensation and humidity to the air. It feels almost foggy without actually being foggy, as you guys find yourselves standing in sort of a dirt lot next to a less used road, though you do see the occasional person along one of several houses nearby. And as you just sort of appear onto the ground, several heads do turn as people note that somebody had just teleported into town.
Is it a specific spot that we teleport to? Is there a designated teleport entry location and most people teleport?
There is not. It is wherever the psychic Pokemon takes you. Because psychic Pokemon are different.
Glad they can account
different
for
abilities.
elevation and stuff, because that would be
it's great. It's
scary.
that would suck if your shins were in a mountain. That would suck.
That would
But just sort of past all of those people who have immediately noticed you, you see that all of the houses immediately surrounding you are a little bit in disrepair in a charming sort of way. So not like the air is sort of the area is not poor, but it is definitely older, if that makes sense.
Is it more dilapidated?
A little bit. And you can see past them that the town only goes on for maybe a couple more rows of houses. And then you can immediately see larger canyon walls that sort of box in around you. And given that it's maybe 6:30-ish in the afternoon, with those high canyon walls, it feels like it's on the latter half of sunset. The only other major thing that would immediately become visually clear to all of you is off in the distance, sort of the opposite direction of the sun, near one of the canyon walls, there is this very large sort of spiraling tower that exists with these sort of dark stone plated buttresses on the outside. That of course is the Pokemon Tower, one of the main reasons you guys wanted to come here to Lavender Town. But now as we enter sort of actually the town, the three of you, normally four, are now on your own in a new town.
Any of these houses nearby have a garden? Bushes or
Go
is there a
ahead
bush
and-
nearby?
I mean, there are bushes nearby, definitely.
Okay. DJ's gonna run to the nearest bush and just yak.
Fertilizer.
Teleporting is still not normal for her. She is nauseous, and with all of the events that have just happened, she's feeling overwhelmed. So she's gonna walk over and retch into the bushes.
Okay.
All right, no, we're good. We're good. Boot and rally, y'all. All right.
With the people that are looking at us, is anyone near us immediately, or is it kind of you see them across the street teleporting and you're like, oh, what's going on over there, kind of thing? How close are the people?
As you sort of glance around, most people were not in your immediate vicinity. It's sort of again, you guys are in sort of this dirt lot and there's a street out in front of you. And you can see sort of on the other side of the street, there's a couple of people that seem to be going about their regular day in front of their houses. You can see that there's a postmaster walking down the road. And it's that thing where no one's sort of teleporting is not the most unusual thing. It's just a little bit unusual. It's kind of seeing a really expensive. It's you know what it is? It's the non-douchey version of seeing a Cybertruck on the road. People notice it, but they don't it doesn't nobody's oh my God, it's a fucking Cybertruck. You know what I mean?
Aaron knows how to trigger me. Event number 1.
Actually, that just happened to me last weekend. I got so mad when I saw it. I was like, by the way, it was rusting already.
Road?
It was on the road and it was rusted to shit already. But it is that thing where like people take note, and you can see that there are like a couple of neighbors who are like standing in a garden.
Yeah.
And you can see that they are like having a casual
5 feet
conversation, like doing the polite amount of glancing your guys' way of like, oh, that's an interesting thing that just happened. While they don't seem like overtly friendly, like, Southern hospitality friendly, they don't seem malicious in any way, and they just seem like normal people going about their lives.
We are more of the northern region of the continent.
We are.
So I think Seth is going to pull out his phone to see if he can get like the map of the town, because he's been here before, but not very recently, to know where.
Yeah. And also not on his own as well.
Exactly. So Seth is going to reach into his apron that he wears and pull out his phone to get the map pulled up, because he's been here before, but not on his own to get his like bearings correct of where he needs to go. Because he does remember whenever he had first spoke to his dad back in Vermilion, after they had completed the gym, he had said that there was a fisherman friend that he knew in Lavender Town that might be able to help set us up with some either like lodging or things to do. So that would probably be the first step that comes to Seth's mind. And now that we're no longer in high energy running around mode, he is going to disengage his Croco Crocs from sport mode to casual walking.
And as you sort of like pull everything up, it is really easy to navigate Lavender Town because the town is 3 streets. It is 2 residential streets and then a couple of shops, and that's about it.
I'm really good at tech, so I can navigate.
I grew up here.
Sure.
Honestly, this is like the beginner map.
All towns
of
should
like,
look like this,
if you wanted to learn.
Super easy.
Yeah. It's First, Second, and Main Street are the 3 streets that are here.
So wait,
and
First and Main.
Well, actually, there are no.
But they cross each other. It's really weird.
There are no roads that intersect. There are 0 intersecting
all
roads.
parallel?
It's just 3 lanes and a
It's
dirt
all
path.
parallel and it's all one ways.
Exactly.
Oh, God. You can
But
only
it's like
do
a
this.
Z, so you have to
Yeah.
do this every time.
It's a triangle.
But as you sort of like look it up, you toss through the contact that your dad had sent you, and actually that contact takes you south of town. The address itself does not seem to be listed in Lavender Town itself. It looks like you're supposed to follow the road south of town and head to looks like some sort of coastal area, if that was immediately where you wanted to head.
Yeah, I think he's going to look at that while everyone else is setting up, and will just kind of be thinking to himself like, should we go back or should we try and find something in town? Does it look like there's a Pokemon Center in town?
Yes, there is a clearly marked Pokemon Center as one of like 4 landmarks in the entire town. It's kind of like how there's one McDonald's in most small towns and you can see it at any point in time. You can see the little orange arches in the distance.
Okay.
Not sponsored.
We can go to the contact that my dad said, but they're not actually in town. They look to be more towards the coast, south of town. Or we can go to the Pokemon Center. What do you guys think we should do?
I think you see Coryne kind of turn. Corinne's been just like hands on hips looking around, and is really just trying to absorb everything that just happened and like looking at like sees the people that kind of clocked us on the road and kind of gives like a nervous like wave. Corinne still thinks that they're in trouble and is like, oh God, okay. And then like sees DJ not having a good time and is like, ooh, don't look at that right now. And then I think what happens is I think Coryne releases Myrtle and is just holding Myrtle just for some comfort and turns and looks at you and like tucks a piece of their black hair behind their ear and is like, what
Beach friend house location, Poke Center location. Which go?
DJ kind of looks over her shoulder. Poke Center.
Oh, we can do that.
Okay, and then she's gonna take Poplio out, and just be like, "Can you spray that for me?"
Just
See
squeeze.
Just spray that. Water this bush
Poblano
for me,
looks
would
at
you?
you and looks at it. Can you roll me an HP die for Poblano real quick?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, your Poplio Poblano.
Yeah.
The one that mysteriously
Little
appeared
man.
one day that none of our audience knows where they came
All
from. It's
right.
crazy.
Whoa!
Guess what's not in the
Let's
episode?
all relax.
Matt, you should leave it in. You should leave it in,
I
Matt.
might. You don't. know.
Okay.
Yeah, my little Poplio guy that I got from fucking Seafoam City.
Seafoam. Fucking
Say it
Seafoam
like that.
City.
Seafoam.
Fucking- you said it like a divorced dad getting excited about Vegas. What the fuck? Fucking Seafoam
What?
City.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. That's
What
a
happens
5
in
on my HP die.
Yeah, Poblano just goes, and you see the water gun comes out almost like its own, like,
Oh,
at
good.
the pile.
Love
yeah.
it.
Poblano goes,
Just right under the. Thanks, bud. Here, help me out here. And she'll cup her hand, like she'll roll up her like orange bomber jacket sleeves and hold her hands out and ask for like a little bit of water so she can splash it on her
Yeah,
face.
you get yourself
Can I
taken
have
care of
some
over the course
also?
of I
Um,
like the idea of using a water type as just a faucet. You
Yeah.
just honk the nose to turn it off.
Yeah.
but
Buoy's
then
carbonated.
she'll give him some scritches under the chin.
Underrated comment. Buoy's carbonated.
Kind of go. It's like
Buoy
little
is
seltzer
carbonated.
things.
Absolutely.
Oh.
I feel like Myrtle
Yeah,
sees
okay.
Poblano doing that, and Myrtle opens her little wartortle mouth and just squirts Coryne in the face, and Corinne's like, "Oh my god!" Okay.
Absolutely, yeah. And as you guys decide on Pokemon Center, and I wasn't joking, you can absolutely see like the orange roof now that you're looking for it in the distance. You guys are on the southmost of the 3 roads because it goes first, second, main from south to north. You guys are on first right now. It takes 2 minutes to walk to main. And as you guys walk, you start to head through town. Where do I want to start this arc? We'll start with Matt. Matt, can you roll me a d6, please?
No, not
Yeah.
the ominous rolls.
I don't want to.
Do it.
It's ominous.
What is that dance you do?
I don't know. I'm excited,
like
man. I've been missing this game.
Okay, it's not great, but it's a 3.
The
Do I add
Venomoth
anything to it?
dance.
Okay, so I do not mark one off. Good to know.
Mark what off of what?
Mark what off?
Explain.
So, as you guys start to head through town, you can see that the like houses, it looks like this town is maybe a population of like 30. Like looking around, it's like there is not a whole lot of people here. But as you get closer to the Pokemon Center, you note that there's actually like several people already there, which is kind of a surprise given that this is such a remote town. But as you get to the Pokemon Center, you can see that it is, first of all, the smallest fucking Pokemon Center you've ever seen in your life. It is
Cute.
whereas all the other ones have had like facilities and like battle rooms and a cafeteria. You rock up, this Pokemon Center looks like a side of the road motel with like 6 rooms. There is not even like a lobby. There's like sort of like an area with like benches and stuff outside of all of the rooms. And as you rock up to the little area where it just says like Pokemon Center in red letters, like those like shitty little emergency rooms that you'll see in like small towns. As you rock up to that though, you can see that there is of course a pink-haired figure behind the counter. This one though, instead of like the normal like over the shoulder or like little braids that you'd see with a nurse Troy, you see that the hair is sort of like bunched in one of those like like the scrunchie is really low on the ponytail sort of ones where it's like that big poofy figure, and then there is a cowboy hat on top of that hair. And you can see that Nurse Joy has her white jacket and then like a button blouse underneath that sort of thing. And she walks, as you guys walk in, there's a moment, DJ, where you're like, oh, southern accent. She goes, hi, welcome to the Pokemon Center.
Nope.
And it's just, yeah.
Is it like branding? Theme?
This is
Theme?
It's just the local fashion, man.
Wild. West. So
Thank
no.
where's their facilities for like if a Pokemon got injured, is there room for that type of stuff?
So this little area, it looks like this little emergency room is where you would take injured Pokemon. And as you guys approach and you see this, Nurse Joy, you can see that there is a healing cradle in the back.
Okay.
There is like proper facilities, but there's not like trainer facilities. There's not like a set aside battlefield. There's not, the big ass cafeteria you guys have become accustomed to. There is just the little motel-esque Pokemon Center.
I'm gonna mosey on up to the counter, kind of lean over. Hi.
Oh, you don't look well. Are you okay?
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
And like DJ's face is usually pretty tan. Her hair is usually really like neatly braided. And her goggles are always like right on top of her head. She usually looks very well put together, very clean. She's a mess, man. She got a little spot on her little shirt. Her face is splotchy and red because she's been crying. Her braids are all out of whack because when she gets nervous or stressed or whatever, she starts going like this. Yeah, and so like there's like 3 strands of a braid and then the rest is like all scattered. It's all frayed at the bottom.
Fan-shaped.
Yeah, and normally she's got like the 2 short white braids and then the 1 really long one in the back. It's all just...
Is it that thing where like it's like really frayed and then it's like the strands are still like tight together because it was like a tight braid, so you still see like the bends?
Yeah.
In the hair?
It's still
like that's the worst.
Yeah, it's definitely still molded to braid shape, but is like just
That's
not
rough.
in a braid. And she goes, "Thanks. Y'all got somewhere
apologize.
I can maybe take a shower."
Absolutely.
And get
If
changed.
you're Well, actually, let me check something. And she looks over and she goes, "We have 6 rooms. I don't know why I'm checking." I do know that we have a 4-person bunk available. Unfortunately, most of our rooms have been reserved throughout the end of next week. I apologize. So if you guys are okay with all sharing a room, I do have a room for you all.
Sure. Yeah. What's going on
I love
next week?
sleepovers.
I believe some trainers are going to be attempting to go through Rocky Tunnel in a few days. So they're mounting up an expedition right now.
Oh, wow.
And those of you here will recall that Rocky Tunnel is, of course, a large cavern system that exists to the north of Lavender Town that spits you out, I believe, on Route 8, if I remember correctly, or 9.
9.
Route 9. That spits you out on Route 9 closer to Cerulean City. Generally speaking, it is it's sort of like the optional dungeon equivalent of Pokemon training, where like you don't need to go through it, but there is pretty strong Pokemon to face inside, some rarer rock types, sometimes some weird ghost or dark types. So it's one of those things where if you decide to go through it, there are a lot of upsides. It's just also a little bit dangerous because it's a road not traveled very often.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm fine sharing a room if y'all are. I just request for a shower.
Yeah,
I don't mind.
that's fine.
Well, you see that Nestroy pauses as you say first shower. She goes, "Well, I mean,
Are they
so
communal
the showers
showers?
are not in the."
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, all right.
Hell no.
The bathhouse is in the back. We did get a soaking tub installed a few years ago. But for the most
y'all
part,
got
it's
like
showers
a
and
overhead shower?
the temperature on those is a bit questionable though. So if you have a fire type, that might be helpful. Just pop them on the water heater real quick, and that'll make sure you have a nice hot shower. If you don't, there are currently no fire types in the care of the Pokemon Center. So unfortunately, it will be as a come as you go sort of thing.
More of a systematic thing. How often does the league give funding for like repairs and like maintenance and just upkeep?
This is one of those sort of like dark side of the government of the league things where cities with gyms get way better funding than towns without gyms.
That's trash.
This entire town is basically just a funeral home for Pokemon. There's nothing else to fund out here.
Okay, well,
Okay.
we will go ahead and get a move on. Do you need to scan our badges or trainer cards?
Oh, no, I'll just take your names. And you see that she's working out of a paper ledger and not like a computer system.
That's good. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Oh man.
We'll see. Okay. All right.
I'm
just gonna.
I turn and I look at DJ and Seth, and I just whisper, I'm just like, can you imagine if Vermilion were here right now?
No, and I think that's for the better.
Vermilion would probably fix this entire place.
Yeah, I know.
Let's just do it. However
You
registering
give your
works.
names. You guys get
Yeah.
checked in. You guys are given 2 room keys to room number 6, which is a little plastic cards. You guys get that fun
Wow.
technology that works 70% of the time. You know.
I'm surprised it wasn't like a big
but-
old ancient key ring that they were gonna
It's
give
not
us.
like it's like a metal fucking key that you
skeleton
into the door
key?
every
Yeah.
time. Can you imagine if you have to go
I
pee
wish
in the
it
middle of the
was.
night? You have to
I wish
unlock
it
the
was.
fucking door to get out. Everybody wakes up in the room. But you guys can get together, and if you do want to take today to just like clean off, get settled into where you're at, it's already pretty late in the day. One of the things Nurse Joy will also let you know is that this Pokemon Center does not have the funding to give trainers food, so you will need to find your own food here.
Oh, that's fine. Seth's got us.
They do prepackaged pastries in the morning for breakfast, and that's about it.
Gotcha.
The
Is there a
equivalent of
Pokemon
like Twinkies
near?
and ho-hos.
Yeah, it's more like a cheese Danish.
Is there a Pokemart as well?
There is a mart. It used to be a Pokemart, but it looks like it got sold to a local owner at some point. So the sort of blue has been painted over, and it just says Lavender Mart on it. And that's the building next door because again, you're on Main, where all of the recognizable things are.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm still feeling pretty good. If DJ, if you want to go get your shower situated,
Can I borrow Smolder?
Oh. Let me ask really quick. I go ahead and I release my Vulpix Smolder.
Immediately, the area heats up as his drought comes into effect. The temperature around you raises an ambient 7 degrees.
I kind of pick him up and I hold him and I say, "Hey, would you mind?" And I give him some scritches. Would you mind helping DJ out? There's no hot water in the showers.
Puppix!
Okay, great.
I promise you can look the opposite way. Actually, I prefer that.
Yeah, he goes, Puppix!
Okay.
Awesome.
Thanks, bud.
Awesome. Try not to get
Oh,
wet.
we could have some little bonding time. No, I won't get wet.
Okay.
Puppix! Does not want to get wet.
All
Just do,
right,
like,
come
dirt
on,
baths
little
or
buddy.
something? Just roll around in the dirt.
It's more like that thing where like cats groom themselves.
Yeah.
So, like Vulpix would groom itself.
I think
I know
I'll.
it's a fox, but still.
I think I'll probably let out Poblano to kind of hang out with Smolder, and like keep each other entertained, and then Poblano can like keep them from getting wet.
Okay, 100%.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
I could
Anchor?
have Anchor, yeah, next to if you want.
Oh, Anchor
That'll-
is
Oh,
a
that's
little-
a
little
good
like rain
idea.
shield.
That's a good idea,
fantastic
That will not
actually.
get wet. Okay.
Okay.
I'll let out.
Yeah, let's do that.
Anchor and
3
say,
of our Pokemon.
buddy, I'm going
Holy.
shopping for ingredients. Can you hang out with Smolder to make sure he doesn't get wet? He's helping with the showers because there's no
Lily.
Yeah, just don't take up all the water. Just any water that would go to.
You see his giant fucking head sort of tilts like, I got about 60%
I'm
of
gonna
what you
grab
just
it
said.
and bring it back up and say, "Don't take all the water."
The big yellow eyes go, Lily.
Good job. I'll be back. All right.
Okay.
And then
yeah.
DJ will take them out back, and as she walks away, you guys will just kind of hear, "This is the weirdest bonding time I ever had. Come on."
Yeah.
She can take all, like she walks with a trail of duckling Pokemon.
I will say, with the scenario you all have set up, there's no rolls required. You just have a good hot shower.
Nice.
Beautiful.
That just happens.
Nice.
You have set out
Look
enough
at
of
us
a plan on this
doing the
fucking
thing.
shower.
There we go. Love it.
Yeah, okay. And the other two of you were gonna head to the Lavender Mart.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Coryne, did you want to go to the mart with me, or did you also need to take a shower or anything? I know it's been a day so far.
No, I'll go with you.
All right, we go to the mart.
Okay. As you guys like walk down the way, you have to head back past all of the other rooms because it's like on a long branch, of the building. And you can see that like 4, 5, 3, and 2 all have like little reserved signs on the doorknob. So like it's not like the people are here yet. It looks like more people will be coming into town as time goes on. But remember when I mentioned when you walked up, there were other people. That sort of like benched area you walk by. You can see that it looks like a couple of other trainers who are dressed in like sort of like heavy hiking gear. They don't seem to have like their packs or anything on them, but it looks like they may have been potentially scouting Rocky Tunnel relatively recently today. And they're just sort of like laid out, and you can see that they have one of those like little like camping like pilot flame sort of like coffee percolators that are there, and they've got that like thing going on. But those are the only people that you would pass on your way to the Lavender Mart.
Gotcha. Hit them with a howdy as we're walking by.
You howdy. And you can see that it seems like a mask and a femme person. The femme looks a lot more like inviting in terms of like, you see that they have sort of like this like sort of off red hair, and they give you a smile like, hi. And then the mask person who's like dressed in like these like heavy clothes is sort of like but they seem friendly enough, but they don't go out of their way to start any conversations with you of any kind.
Gotcha. We'll send that same energy back and just keep on trucking.
Honestly, given the day you guys have had, that makes a lot of sense.
Do I peep any
But yeah,
Pokemon?
heading over to you do not peek any Pokemon. However, you would note that the femme person has 2 Pokeballs attached to the outside of sort of like a side bag.
And a label maker in the other. And the labels say what on each Pokeball?
Yeah, there's a label. It actually has the stats written on the side of each Pokeball. And and then the masked person has 4 Pokeballs arranged across the waist. So these are definitely trainers. But yeah, you head off to Lavender Mart, and as you guys get there, you can see that it's one of those like shops that like you walk in and there's the like one aisle, and then there's like a shelf on the back, and you don't immediately see anyone behind any sort of counter. There's just sort of like a bell ring button.
And I'm gonna look for a sign. It's open right now?
As you look around, you can see that there is one of those honor system pay boxes on the counter where you just slide like notes in and you write down what you bought.
Wow.
So trustworthy.
Yeah, cool. What are we looking at here at the store? I'm sure they don't have much, it seems.
Can Coryne, can you roll me a d12, and Seth, can you roll me a d10, please?
I rolled a 10.
Okay.
I rolled an 8.
And you rolled an 8. Okay. With that, their stock seems to be pretty full, actually, for the size of the store, in that they have the widest selection of basic Pokeballs. They have a large selection of basic potions and like 4 super potions. Very cool. They have a lot of prepackaged meals, like those like shitty like ramen things that you get at like a 7-Eleven. Like not even like the on-brand ramen, but like the off-brand ones.
Yeah.
It looks like they have a lot of climbing gear. They have like pittons, and they have climbing boots, and they have rope. Things that honestly you wouldn't expect to like just be like sitting out on shelves in sort of a trustworthy area.
Yeah.
But it seems like this shop exists more as a general store as well. As you look over to the side, there's like outside of this sort of like front trainer section, it looks like there is like a small grocery area where there's like some fresh fruits and little baskets. None of the like berries that you're used to seeing, unfortunately, but you see like more mundane fruits like apples and peaches. But it also seems to be like there's a small like bread area where some of them are marked with stickers day old at 50% off. It looks like this is just sort of like a small local mart that's supposed to like go toward the local townsfolk.
Cool.
Would it be possible? Coryne is kind of getting out of that headspace of everything that they just went through, and is kind of trying to be very in the moment, and realizes what town they're in. Is there like a vibe of any Pokemon in the store? Like, are there any ghost types around immediately? I know it's daytime and everything, but
Can you go ahead and roll me a Pokalore check, please?
oh yes, let me do that for you.
Okay, 100%.
Is there
Okay,
cheese
so it's
here?
gonna be my D10.
There's definitely cheese here.
Dun, dun, dun,
But it's
dun.
like either hard cheddar or like white cheddar.
7, 8,
Okay.
9, 10. I have 3 in Pokalore, so
They're
10.
cheddar folk. 10. Okay. As you sort of roll a 10, you note that they had sort of faded in the background, but you saw sort of like a lot of like more mundane Pokemon for the area. As you were walking around. Aaron forgot to narrate them, so we're gonna go back real quick. Pokemon that are local to the area, you would have seen like a fair amount of Spearow. You would have seen like there would have been like a spare Ekans sort of like off the side of the road, just sort of like snaking its way across a lot.
Cute.
But as for ghosts, you definitely have not noted the presence of any ghost, nor is there any sort of vibe that any are even like incorporeal around you at the moment. I don't know, other than Miss Magic, have you encountered any ghost type Pokemon ever?
Not unless any came through the Poke Center and Palette. Those would have been the only ones I would have seen. But I've heard and read a lot about them.
That's true. With Miss Magic and your reading as sort of your points of reference, you know that you were kind of on the money when you said it is still currently daytime, even if we're pushing over into dusk now. But also, Pokemon that are ghost types, unless they have been caught and are being trained, are one of two types. They are either wanderers who wander around aimlessly and go from place to place, or they try to stick tied to a singular location. So with everything you've read, you doubt you would run into a random Pokemon that was a ghost type in Lavender Town proper. So yeah, just with the general vibes, you would probably want to check out either the Pokemon Tower that you know is here, or given how high you rolled with the local area, you would know that there's also a smaller building known as the House of Memories that was for a short time attempted to be used as like a similar to the Pokemon Tower when they were attempting to convert the Pokemon Tower into a radio tower.
Okay. As we're kind of shopping and walking around the aisles, I feel like it's one of those things where like you walk into a store and it's kind of, you get that like weird, like there's nobody else in here and it's kind of, and so you just like quietly walk around, but you don't want to be loud because it's better so quiet.
100%.
And I'll go ahead and keep walking by Seth and just kind of looking at the aisles and be like, so you said you have a friend here?
It's not my friend directly, but it's a fisherman my dad knows that whenever we would come here, we'd stop by his place pretty often. He says he might have work or something. I can't remember specifically much more about it. It was a while ago since I've been here. But as Seth is talking, he's looking through all the different like ingredients and produce that they have, and is grabbing some like cheese, some apples, some of the expired bread, like not expired.
The day old
bread.
bread. It's not expired. Bread. Yeah, it's just day old.
Yeah, and stuff like that, and the like discounted ramen that's not like the exact brand name that everyone's normally used to. And then, do they have Pokemon food here as well?
They would. Yeah, they absolutely have Pokemon food here.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab some Pokemon food, and I'm making a Pokelore check. To try and recall either that Pokelore or Poke handling, probably Pokelore, of what types of ghost type Pokemon are dual types and what those dual types are. So for like a Ghastly, a Haunter, a poison type food, if they wanted to eat food, what type of food they would probably like. And stuff like that. And I'm thinking of more than just the one main ghost type that was in the first
one that's here.
But others that could potentially come up, so that I have food on hand if they would want to eat.
Sure. This is actually going to be, I think, a 2-stage roll. I'll give you an advantage on the first one of those, because the first one's going to be just recalling what ghost types are local. I'm going to give you an advantage because Coryne has already rolled a proper check for that. So go ahead and roll me Pokelore with that.
Yep.
Yep.
Explosion, let's go.
Ooh, we love to see the first explosion of the orc.
Let's go.
Okay.
We're going.
And I got an 8. It's 20, 23, 25.
Oh my god.
25. Holy shit. Okay. So you would know that, yes, the main ghost types here obviously are the Ghastly line. And by that I mean Ghastly and Haunter. Gengar is sort of an incredibly rare Pokemon. There has been 1 or 2 spotted in the area in the last 40 years. Gengar is an incredibly rare Pokemon in terms of how it evolves, because its evolution method is just a little bit hidden from most people. And it is this sort of thing where the spirits of the tower very much have been Ghastly and Haunter for some time. However, with sort of the opening of Kanto's borders and the fact that this town is sort of a beacon for ghostly energy, it does mean that other ghost types do occasionally appear. In fact, you'll recall that some time ago, you remember scrolling through, Bowie scrolling through your phone and showing you things. And you remember seeing an article about a Rotom, sort of an off the wall electric ghost type Pokemon being found in the tower itself. You would also be aware that Mount Silver ghost types, such as Misdreavus and Mismagius, have occasionally been seen around here. You would also know that sort of exotic Pokemon might be seen one-off. There was a Mimikyu that was caught here probably 4 years ago. There was a Palisand that came through not too long ago as well. That would be fresh in your memory because you recently saw such a Palisand. In terms of other ghost types that are regularly around here, there aren't a ton. I can give you a little bit of information in terms of what you're likely to do, because ghost type Pokemon, as we've sort of talked about before, don't need to eat. They can choose to eat food. And for the most part, if they do eat, it's sort of either has to do with the nature of the flavor profile they like, or there is that occasional want for poison type food, which is pretty good. Yeah.
So yeah, just grabbing that stuff to have it on hand, and more as a backup precaution in case plan A of Seth's approach of dealing with any Pokemon.
Pull a Pokemon food in a whirlpool kind of thing.
Yeah, well, that's I think that was Gavin's idea for that.
It was a Gavin's idea, but you've definitely seen
Seth
it successfully work.
Yeah, no, Seth's approach is much more physical based. But yeah, so he's going to pick up those things. He is going to ask Coryne, is there anything in particular you're wanting to eat for dinner? Otherwise, I'm just going to grilled cheese, apple slices, and ramen.
Ooh.
Pretty simple.
Ooh. I really like grilled cheese.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll put the ramen back. I'm kidding. I'm going to eat the ramen. And then how much would that run me? I don't know what their prices are here.
With the poison food, I'm gonna say it's 300 poke across everything that you just bought.
Free. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, honestly, honor system free. You could just take
very
it.
Graham of you to say that.
You don't even see
dare you.
a camera in the area.
Yeah. But what does it have prices? Are they selling it at the
They do
regular
have
market
prices,
type of price,
and
or is it...
they have all of the prices, and it seems like the food is not marked up at all, and the grocery is about the price you'd expect. So yeah, about 300 poke for the whole thing. It seems like they have a very honest sort of pricing system here.
Oh, wow. I will drop.
They're not gouging you.
1,000 poke.
Okay, sounds good.
It's 300, but I'll put 1,000 in.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. You do so, and you guys can sort of get all the supplies you need to make an easy dinner. Yeah, 100%. Coryne, can you go ahead and roll me a d6, please, real quick?
Sure.
Don't kill me, Coryne. Don't kill me.
3.
I won't mark it off. Okay.
Is that a haunted meter that's
what are
counting
we
up on
doing?
us or something?
I don't know.
I
Okay.
don't like this.
But if you guys wanted to head back to your room, get your dinner prepared, cycle out showers now that there's a hot shower going, you could see that you can definitely clean up and sort of do a decompress from your day. That's all very easy. Is there anything you guys wanted to take care of before going to sleep for the night?
I think as I'm, because what's the room situation look like? Does it have a windows and or a porch type of area in the front, or is it just open the door and it's the parking lot type of thing, right?
It is sort of that motel thing where there's a sidewalk, the door, and then the door has one big window that goes across the front, and then it's you go in, it's 2 sets of bunk beds a little counter, a mini fridge, and a microwave.
Okay. I think the window will kind of be open just because Seth's going to be on the outside with the little grill, cooking up the little grilled cheeses and making all the food while he has the window open to still be a part of whatever conversation
It smells awesome.
is happening.
Corinne's kind of hanging out the window, watching Seth cook, waiting for DJ to come back, and Corinne's like, this is so different from where we just came from.
Yeah, it's like, I wouldn't call it the Stone Age, but definitely, like, my first phone was newer than the technology we have here. And that's saying something. That thing is old from what you've told me.
That is saying something.
I thought it was new, but...
Oh, I've seen your phone. I'd love to go visit your friend if you want to go visit your friend, and we can talk about this when DJ gets back. But
yeah, again, dad's friend. I am a child. Compared to this man,
right,
but
right.
Acquaintance that I've been told.
How do you feel about going and checking out the tower?
Oh yeah, no, I think it'd be awesome. There's definitely a lot we can probably learn from that. And I did read over Bowie's shoulder a story of a Rotom or something that had appeared here, and it had to do something with the tower. So that seems like it'd be interesting to check out and kind of see what that was about. But otherwise, I don't know what else I have like planned necessarily. I guess the first thing is seeing what my dad's friend has to say, or I don't know, kind of taking it day by day, because you know, a lot happened today.
Yeah, I miss Vermilion already.
I wasn't trying to say their name.
Corinne does chuckle a little bit. Anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah. Where's DJ? Longest shower ever.
DJ, how long canonically do you want your shower to go? With these Pokemon, you will not run out of hot water. This is up to you.
Boil.
30 minutes in like scalding water.
Hell yeah.
Because she takes a good cry in the shower.
That is valid and fair. Also,
she takes a real good cry, and then when she gets out of the shower, she like looks at the little Pokemon and she goes, now y'all didn't hear or see anything.
Lily.
Well, I know you didn't see anything.
And sort of like Smolder crosses his little paws over his eyes like he didn't see shit.
And
he's no snitch.
DJ will kind of give them like little ruffles on the head, like little scritches. And kind of like jostle Anchor's head around a little.
You do hear like a noise, and it's the grumbly tummies of 3 Pokemon as you suddenly, now that you're out of the shower, can smell like melting cheese, butter, bread, that sort of thing. Wait, Matt, are you a butter or mayo on your grilled cheese kind of guy? For toasting the bread?
Not both.
My man. Anyway,
what's that face, Torie? You don't know how to make food like I do, unhealthily.
Torie, you don't make no rehydrated fish jerky.
No, and surprisingly, the one time Vermilion's not with us is when I'm not making the fish jerky.
You can smell that you can smell what the Seth is cooking. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's go rustle up some grub. Come on.
Okay, yeah. DJ comes around the corner with all the Pokemon. You guys are all sort of like have this moment of like, yes, we have each accomplished a fraction of the thing we need to be people again.
Yep. How'd y'all's shopping trip go? Good?
Good. Got food for you. I'll hand a grilled cheese plate, and I'll hand a grilled cheese plate, and then scoop all the Pokemon. They'll have their own respective type of type food, but it's like Poke Ramen for all of them to have.
Ooh,
yum!
That's pretty sick.
I'll let out all my little guys.
Not gonna lie, I kind of want to eat the Pokemon food. Like it's like when you look at like a can of dog
That's
food,
what I'm
and you're
eating.
like, that looks really good. You know what I mean? It's like, that looks really good. Okay, yeah, you all have happy meals. The other 2 of you, if you want to use the facilities, you can set up that same sort of Pokemon fixer-upper that you guys can get going. You're actually, Seth, roll me a charm roll. He's looking
I
at
had to find
me
the
like,
right
what am
die.
I
No, I had to
rolling
find the right
for?
die for it. I was doing that thing where I was moving around. I was like, I don't know what die I have to roll. Let me think about that for a second. An 8.
8 is actually pretty solid. As you guys are sort of cycling through your showers and getting food and everything, the smell of Seth's cooking actually does attract a bit of attention, as that femme person that you had seen earlier, who was sitting with like the sort of like bundled up dude, walks up and goes, "Wow, that smells awesome. Where did you get like? Oh, you made all the good food like that."
Yeah, I mean, the ingredients are at the mart. There's still more. Did you want
Yeah,
some?
I mean, if you're offering, absolutely. It's more like we have the camping stove and everything, but a lot of our stuff is all the like dehydrated stuff that we have ready to go for the trip in a couple days. So that's what we've been eating. And dehydrated soup is still soup, and it's still good. It just doesn't smell as good as a grilled cheese on an open fire.
That is fair. You may need to pop back to the mart and grab like a couple more things. Don't worry, I kind of prepaid for what's there. Just grab what you would want for your sandwich, and I can cook up what you need.
That's so freaking nice. Thank you. I'm Diane, by the way.
Hey, nice to meet you, Seth Wake.
Seth Wake, and
Corinne's just hanging
she
out
kind of
the
looks
window.
over at the other two of you. Yeah, Corinne's still just like chilling. I feel like this is post shower Corinne hanging out though, so it's still like the towel like wrap and like
Yeah.
doing all of that thing. Yeah. And she sort of like gives like hesitant waves to like Corinne and DJ. And he goes, "Dan,
Hi, Corinne.
hi. Nice to meet you guys."
Mm.
And then sort of like that like half hesitant kind of like expectation look at DJ of like, is DJ gonna say hi? Is DJ not gonna say hi?
I think DJ's just kind of out of it. So ordinarily,
That's
like
valid.
she's not doing it to be rude. She's just kind of spaced out.
100%. When she sees the space out, she kind of goes, "Cool. Okay, yeah, I'll be right back." And you see her turn and sort of like, and like it's again the next building. So it's that thing where like when when you can see someone you know in the distance, but it's no longer socially acceptable to sort of like stare at them anymore because they're too far away.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you have to do that thing where you like look in other directions and then they come back. And she goes, "Okay, I think this is enough." And you see she's grabbed an entire loaf of bread and like a wedge of cheese.
Okay, that should still be under the limit of what I had.
Well, I left another 200 in there just in case.
Cool, great. I was talking to
Yeah.
Aaron for that, but yeah, that's good too. Thanks, God. And I'll start making them some sandwiches as well.
Okay, yeah.
Where's your friend?
Wow.
Didn't you?
Oh,
hang out with
he's a
somebody?
big grouch. She decided to turn in for the night.
Oh,
Okay. I see you guys had some Pokeballs on you. You're Pokemon hungry too? I have a lot of Poke Ramen. Varying flavors.
No, I they got taken care of earlier. No, they're good. Actually, I was more wondering like I know that we're doing our like big expedition thing, but I was so weirded out to see other trainers in Lavender Town this early in the season.
I mean, yeah, we're just going through the different towns on the circuit. I mean,
Okay.
you
guys-
said you just got here or had?
Well, we got here earlier today. More of our friends are going to be pouring in over the next probably 3 or 4 days. And then we're all going to go up to Rocky Tunnel together.
Oh, you're part of the
where are
expedition.
Where are your friends
Yeah.
coming from?
Kind of all over. I think the farthest one's coming away from Fuchsia. But they should be rocking up. I'm hoping they get here quick though, because I don't know, the weather looks like it's not going to be great. Clear skies tonight. But as she sort of says that, and there's it looks at the clear skies, it's a little confused. He goes, "Oh, I mean on the forecast for the actual thing. And you don't want to get rained out while you're in Rocky Tunnel. That's just bad news for everybody."
Is it prone to flood?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
It's not great. It's not good. Oh my god, that smells amazing. But yeah, no, I was curious because we don't see a whole lot of trainers. At least I didn't think we'd see a lot of trainers, and lo and behold, you guys show up.
Are you cutting through Rocky Tunnel to go to Cerulean? Are you gonna go do the gym?
No.
or-
We're gonna go train in the tunnel for probably a week. It's probably the goal. So it's gonna be a lot of dealing with sort of the rock types and the dark types, and really just getting ready for the west side of all the gym circuit, you know?
Interesting.
If you'll recall, Coryne, the 3 gyms on the west side are Pewter, Viridian, and Palette, and those are rock type, dark type, and normal type.
Right. Yeah.
Would Cinnabar not count as west, or is that more south?
That's like south side. That's like the Cinnabar Seafoam Fuchsia sort of line at the bottom.
Here's your sandwich, and yeah, I mean,
thank you.
eat up. It's grilled cheese. Pretty okay.
Half of it gone in one bite.
Whoa. That's incredible. Nice.
But yeah, I mean, we just got here. We don't really have plans. I mean, we got plans that we're doing for other stuff, but
okay.
I mean, when your friends come by, that'll be nice to have some friends and go do your excursion there. Did you guys all plan to do this at a specific time, or?
Yeah, it was more of like it came up as a thing that we could do, and then everybody was like, well, then let's do it. And then nobody said, hey, let's not. So we just all kind of like rolled into it, and somebody had booked the Pokemon Center like before we even decided whether or not we were doing it. And then it was like a whole thing. You know how like sort of like friend plans just spiral into things?
Gotcha. Okay, so you and your friends didn't book the other rooms that are here?
No, I'm saying we did.
Oh,
we booked
got it.
Someone in the group booked the. I see where the anonymity in that would have come from. No, yeah, it's. I'm hoping that all of the friends show up because we do like. I don't know. Things have been a little spooky the last couple weeks for obvious reasons.
I feel like
Just traveling everywhere.
oh, not
like spooky.
okay.
Like,
I was like,
Lavender
you're
Town
definitely in
spooky.
the place for the spooky stuff to be happening.
No. That makes sense.
Kind of walked
Actually,
into that.
yeah.
Here.
No, we stopped by the Pokemon Tower today hoping to run into some ghosts, and there were some there, but it's like super understaffed. There's like one old dude rocking it right now. It's like super understaffed. So we're just like, eh.
That's where DJ chimes in.
Yeah, okay.
She hears Pokemon Tower and her ears perk up. Like the hairs under her ghost type tattoos stand on edge. Yeah. Did y'all? Oh, hi. I'm so sorry. I was not paying attention. My name's DJ. It's nice to meet you.
Hi.
You said y'all went to the Pokemon Tower?
Yeah. It was just me and my buddy, but that was it. And we walked around, and there were definitely ghost vibes. I spotted, I think, 2 or 3 Ghastlies moving as smoke once or twice. But it was definitely like, man, I was thinking they were going to be popping out from every corner. It's kind of like just like, oh, I've been in scarier haunted houses, you know?
Well, I don't
Did
think
y'all
the
go
point
in
of it's to be like
No, it's the point of it is
aggressively
mourning and be respectful,
Yeah.
but like also ghost types are cool.
Did
Yes.
y'all? How familiar are y'all with ghost types?
Oh, it's like a passing interest. I did not do research before going.
Okay. Did y'all go during the day or at night?
We went this morning, so it was during the day, and we
Okay.
were told that ghosts are more likely to show up at night, but also the old dude who was running it said that we couldn't come by at night because like he's the only one staffing it, so it'd be a little dangerous.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know. You might be able to sweet talk him. We didn't try too hard. We were just like, oh, it's kind of cool. It's in town. We might as well pass the time.
Saying that he's the only one there, DJ's gonna check her phone and see if Tanner, our cowboy ghosty friend, has responded to her invitation to come to Lavender Town.
That is a great point. Let me roll a die and see if he has or has not.
That's
Because
incredible.
that man is a
Okay.
sweet talker, and I feel like between him and DJ, the Southern charm would get to this old man.
Can you do me a favor and just speak aloud what your text was for me?
Yeah, it would basically say, "Hey Tanner,
Wow, you didn't start the
oh,
text with
sorry.
howdy? Kind of
I was actually just about to fix into that."
Yeah, slow your roll, Matt. We're getting there.
I'm just saying.
Howdy, Tanner. It's DJ Werther. Coryne gave me your phone number. I hope that's all right. Anyway, we're fixing to go to Lavender Town. We should be there for a couple days and wanted to know if you wanted to come explore the Pokemon Tower with us. I hope to see you there with like 3 little X's.
Okay.
Oh,
But
Ooh,
y'all
X's.
would also know.
Ooh.
Y'all would also know that. Oh no. Yeah, X's. X's are hugs, right?
No,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
properly used.
It's hugs.
If any
and
of
then
you have.
kisses, right?
Oh, I thought it was like
Bro,
hugs
I'm
and
autistic. I don't know which
kisses.
one's which.
Anyway,
I don't know.
regardless, whichever one is the hugs,
Regardless,
that's what she
I think
sent.
Corinne and I are
Let
both
us know
like,
in the comments.
"Ooh."
No. Y'all would know that she sends all of her texts with like 3 X's at the end. It's
Okay.
just like, it's like when people put LOL at the end of their text.
I hate it when people do that shit. That drives me up a wall. Anyway.
It's just like a passive thing that she does. So you guys probably wouldn't think anything of it.
Yeah, no. So as you send a text, you go, you can hear, "Oh, well, howdy there." In your brain as you read the text, is I'm reading it in his voice. Well, actually, I took a Pidgeot taxi over to Pewter City right now. Boy, oh boy, this place is kind of wild with all the police busts that have been happening lately. But I can see about maybe flying over for a day or two.
Oh.
Okay.
It's like a misuse of emojis is what you get. Like a smiley face with a cowboy hat,
Arm
cactus,
flex.
shooty pistol
Yeah.
is like what you
Shooty
get.
Water gun.
Water.
So she's just gonna respond, "Okay, great," with like 2 exclamation points. Hope to see you soon. Let me know when you're thinking of flying in, and we'll plan to go the tower whenever you're gonna be here.
Okay, he sent that text. And given that it's like 8 o'clock, Anna's probably busy with another person at the moment, so I don't know that he'll text back tonight.
Okay.
Who is it?
Well,
I want to know. Please tell me.
wanna know.
What if I call him right now?
You show me?
but yeah. So
Aaron
let me
just doesn't want me to be happy.
probably check out the tower soon. As we have also friends potentially coming to town. But it was nice meeting you, and we'll probably cross paths again through the coming week
Yeah.
here.
Absolutely.
And you can, I'll scoop another sandwich and I'll say, you can give this to your friend if they're still sleeping when they wake up.
She takes it and goes, "No, it's fine." And she just takes a bite and goes, "You guys have a great night." Oh, actually, wait,
That's
before I leave,
funny.
you guys are trainers. Hey, maybe don't. So, like, north of town, before you get to Rocky Tunnel, if you're looking to train, probably don't go that area, unless you're passing through or whatever. There is this, oh my god, there's this absolute bitch. She sucks. Basically, there's this trainer who was, like, in the stupid, like, tournament that happened a couple weeks ago. But she's been training all her dragons up there, and that's been really annoying. Or at least her new dragon. And she goes and she's been like, since she's fighting all the strong Pokemon, there's nothing left to train against up there. So if you're looking to train, probably don't head up there.
Yeah. Was it?
Where was that at, Aaron?
That was north of town, closer to Rocky Tunnel.
Okay, thank you.
Did you catch her name by chance?
Perry something.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, massive bitch. I tried to talk to her once, and she was like, "Bleh." It was awful.
Yeah, I guess she only likes cool people. I'm just kidding. I didn't say that. But I will note that because then I can send a text message to them to say, "You're in Lavender Town, or you're in north of Lavender Town. Come get a grilled cheese.
Come get a grilled cheese."
This is Seth, by the way. How are you?
I've never texted you before.
I know there's
Here's
been a
my
lot of time
number.
between now and the terrorist attack thing that happened, but I'm doing good, obviously. Would you like a grilled cheese? And then I just sent a really zoomed in picture of Richter's face,
Perfect.
showing that he evolved.
I'll see you guys probably around town. Bye.
Bye.
See
She
ya.
sort of like walks down the way, and you see she gets to the door one. She goes, "Poof, I'm eating your dinner, motherfucker," and then closes the door behind her.
Did she say what her friend's name was?
No,
Nope.
didn't.
It sucks
she
for my
did
notes.
not bother to have that conversation.
Great.
Yeah. And that's sort of like Seth, did you send that text message by the way? Of the, like,
yeah,
hey,
it was
we're
better worded than just how I
Yeah,
said things. But I did
No,
send a
I-
picture of Richter's face just as like a reminder of
Mhm.
it being that. I think it's more of me trying to get a picture with Richter, but he keeps wanting to like nuzzle into my face, but I'm like, that's gonna hurt me, buddy. I can't just okay, all right. And so it's like my gloved hand is like this on Richter's face pushing into mine. And so I'm like, it's us together, here we go.
That's really funny.
Cute.
That's really funny. Let's see here. As you like send that photo and do that thing, you see like the text pulls like do, and then they go away. Text pulls go away.
I turn my phone notification sound on to where I'll hear it when it goes, but set my phone down because I have had Vermilion as a friend before, so I know how that goes in terms of
okay,
weird
and
long
then,
text
and
message
then
typing waiting process.
The typing goes probably another like 3 minutes, and then you hear 2 text messages.
Oh, I did send a text message, and I'll walk back over to my phone because I did a different
and
task.
you see it's 2 text messages. One is okay, period, and the second one says, I come into town for supplies in 2 days, period.
Wow.
Cool, direct. We'll probably be here still. Okay. With like 4 emojis.
No response.
Yeah.
No response.
Cool. Guys, Perry's in town in 2 days.
Yay.
Okay, so I'm gonna pack up camp here with all the food, and we should I'll hit the hay in a second, but yay, Perry.
Yay! Okay, yeah, you guys can get an awkward amount of rest. So with that, was there anything else you guys wanted to do before bed?
I think as we're all kind of getting ready, DJ is going to be very quiet, which is very strange for them. They're usually just chatting and bouncing off the walls and playing with their Pokemon, and in this moment, they're just very solemn. And I think they're kind of just laying in bed and like observing the two of you to see how you guys are feeling. So what does it look like for Seth and Coryne as like DJ is just kind of observing from the outside? What are you guys feeling? What are you doing?
I think Seth is acting kind of as he normally would. The major part of the frustration that he had with the stuff that's happened today has somewhat subsided because he was able to focus on doing something else instead of just like hunkering in and thinking on those like more negative type of interactions and moments. And is kind of relying on his just general optimism of he knows he's doing the right thing to kind of guide him through and stay in a positive mindset for most of the stuff. So he probably has Axel out hopping on the bed with him, but like Richter and Bowie and Anchor are a bit bigger, so they're not around as much during the nighttime bit, just because this is a pretty small room that we're in.
I think for Coryne, first of all, these are bunk beds, right?
Yes, they are bunk beds. They are 100% bunk beds.
Coryne is on a bottom bunk somewhere on one of them. But you'll kind of see, at first, Coryne is just kind of laying there, mind racing, is also a little bit quiet, but then kind of just starts like fiddling with things that are under the bunk bed. Like if there's springs, she's like poking the springs. It's just like touching the boards or whatever. And then at one point, is anybody sleeping above Coryne? Or like
I would probably be, or one of us would be.
Yeah.
Okay. If it's DJ, you'll just feel Coryne kind of like doom doom underneath the mattress. Kind of like jostle you a little bit and just be like, hey, guys, today was really crazy. I don't know how I feel about leaving Vermilion, but I'll be normal tomorrow, I think. I'm really excited about the ghost Pokemon that are going to be here, but are you guys okay?
I don't think you gotta put pressure on yourself to be normal tomorrow. We've all been through a lot. Y'all have been through a lot. give yourself a little bit of grace. I know I'm not going to be normal tomorrow. I'm going to try. But between the chairman, Vermilion leaving, and just everything going on right now, I'm a little shooketh.
Yeah.
But I think if we can all just be there for each other, I think that'll help.
Okay. I like Diane. Diane seemed cool.
I do
Very
too.
loud.
She's very
Very.
loud.
Yeah. Yeah. Seth's dad's friend's house tomorrow?
Yeah. I'll send a text message to my dad and give him a reminder that I'm in Lavender Town, just so I can get the updated details of where exactly he is, so we can know where to go for him.
Okay.
And Coryne, since DJ's above you, I think you would also recognize, because you shared a room with them before. She like kind of, normally she's moving around and like sleep does not come easy, but eventually she usually like clocks and then she's out for the night. You'll notice that she's laying so still. But every once in a while you can like hear the rustle of the sheets as her legs kind of adjust, and you can hear like you can hear a little bit of creaking, like she's kind of moving a little bit, but not a lot. You can tell it's restless. But as we're having this conversation, she'll like grab the edge of the bunk bed and drop her head down, and there's just a sheet of white, like sheet of white hair hanging down from her head, almost touching the floor. And she'll just say, I appreciate that you always check in. I don't know how I got lucky enough to bump into y'all and be fortunate enough to travel with the both of you, but thank you for welcoming me. I don't think I could have done yesterday by myself.
I don't think yesterday would have happened without all of us, so that kind of... Yeah, but yeah, I get what you mean. All right,
y'all. Get some rest.
Corinne's gonna pull out her phone, and as we like quiet down and like stop talking, Corinne's gonna turn the haptics off so that you don't get a... Corinne is group texting her mom and Poppy, her bestie, and she's just gonna text dump everything that happened that day and let her mom know about Diglett Tunnel and what's down there, the vote that's happening, ask Poppy if Oak knows, and I mean it's like it's a text novel, and then at the end of the text Corinne just goes, didn't call because didn't know if I'd be able to talk it all out, going to bed, love you guys so much.
Yeah, you go through the details of like going to Vermilion City and sort of finding out that the head of this company, who happens to be your friend's grandparent, is a little crazy and paranoid and turned what was a like nationally protected sort of park into the parking spot for a giant wall and a big ass gun meant to knock legendaries out of the sky. And that's kind of traumatic as shit. So, you know, that's easy enough to text. I think at this point, given what we said of time passing, your mother would definitely be well asleep. But with Poppy, you get the first text is just gonna be holy shit, and then it's gonna be ... lots of like waiting for the text message. And then you get a private text outside of the DM that says, I will look into this in the morning. Let me know when you're ready to talk about it. 18,000 hearts are sent.
Yeah. Just,
And then 8 cute photos of the Growlithe that's been sticking around the Pokemon Center.
I heart all of those. I
It's
heart
just
all
like-
of
it's
those
just
and
things to
send her,
cheer
like
you
the
up.
crying emoji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, I'm in a group chat with some of the other people from when we grew up, and they made this meme about Graham when I told them about him being a criminal. And it's like an old Photoshop of like Graham's yearbook photo, but it's got like hands and handcuffs in front of it.
That's funny.
I text her back really quick. I go, what? Who's in the? Is this Noah? And
You know it was Nels.
incredible.
You gotta remember, Graham fucking tormented Nels at one point.
I know, what a fucking asshole. Anyway,
But yeah, as you text all those things, unless anyone else has anything they want to state before everyone goes to sleep, can you all roll me a fortitude roll, please?
The only other thing I'll state is I do something similar with my older brother, and then I check the text from Hollis.
Ooh, fuck. Okay, hold on to those fortitude rolls. Write them
text
down. Write
It's
them
okay, I'm writing
down.
it down.
If you haven't rolled them, don't roll them yet. Just have it
I already
ready.
rolled it. I'll write it down.
Because fuck, I need to shit. Let me open up my other notes. I wasn't ready.
Aaron, if you want to do it later, we can do it later.
No.
We can cut
This is
that,
great.
Do it later.
This is fantastic. Let me open it up. I just
I
wasn't
just think
ready.
she'd be feeling sentimental.
I
and
thought
you know
you
that
had
mind
enough
rot
trauma
state?
in your life.
Well, you know that mind rot state of like,
Mhm.
I cannot sleep, and this is just like, it lives. It is the
Mhm.
thing keeping me awake. And so she's gonna give in to the need to know.
Okay. So, can you very quickly remind the audience what your last text to Hollis was?
Yes, I can. So DJ had texted her childhood best friend Hollis and just said, "Hey Hollis, just making sure you're safe. Say hi to Toby for me. Missing you," with a little smiley face.
Torie, because this role is not related to your character but relevant to your backstory, would you like to roll it or would you like someone else to roll it?
Is it a Hollis roll or is it a DJ roll?
It is a Hollis roll.
Matt, roll it.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Matt, go ahead and roll me a D8 and let me know. You don't need to give me the proper number. Just let me know if it's less than a 5.
Do I add anything to it? Does Hollis
Nope.
have a trainer limit badge thing?
This isn't a proper character roll. This is a random chance roll.
Okay, and what am
in
I
terms
telling
of
you?
errand, you're telling me if it is less than a 5.
It is not less than a 5.
Okay. That is the better option.
Less than a 5 was gonna be they
Less
don't
than a
respond.
5 was I was gonna nuke your fucking phone just now.
I mean, it was a 2.
It was a 2.
Oh,
Matt said I'm all about that shit. No, but as you sort of check, there was, if you'll recall, a message that arrived in the previous arc at one point, but we had not yet checked it. That I believe now is 2 days old, if I remember correctly. And as you sort of look at that message, you can see it is a single line of text. And it says, "Yeah, I'm doing okay. What about you?" It is a WBU. It's like the woo woo.
She'll text back, "Things have been kind of crazy, ... Do you have time to talk in the next couple days? ?
The Reynolds pamphlet.
You read this shit?
Are they still up?
Yeah. You just upped somebody from at like 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. You get back to text. Not really, but I'm happy to unload from text if you need it.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
It means that
length.
Hollis not ready to be on a phone call with you yet, but is happy to have text conversations with you if you need to talk about something.
Okay.
Guys, I'm living for this. I don't care if this episode's going long.
I'm
living
feeling
for this.
anxiety.
You should. I'm staring at you. I, as Hollis, am staring at you through
I
the
can
phone
feel
right
it.
now.
I can feel it. So they'll just see the dots come up and down and up and down. And eventually she'll write like 7 different messages and delete them all. Some of them are really long, trying to explain herself. Some of them are short, like, okay, with like the little X's. In the end, what were you going to ask?
I'm just going to ask if you ever moved to the Notepad app at any point in time so you don't have to worry about being observed while you type.
No, she's not that smart.
Okay.
No. I think the text that she settles on is, I understand. If we could text again, I would really like that.
Okay. And you get like a little thumbs up and a little heart reaction to that, but nothing else. So anyway, as we all go to bed, can we all roll a fortitude check?
An opening. You got foot in the door.
DJ, would you say that conversation put you in a worse or a better mood as you try to go to sleep? Or neutral?
I think a little bit better.
Okay, then go ahead and roll your fortitude check with an advantage.
Oh, okay. I think just, it's very slight, but I do think it is better.
I saw Matt's little face. He was like, is there anything I can do to get a fucking advantage on this?
No. There is something I'm thinking of, but I'm contemplating if I should say it or if I should just let life happen.
Say it. Just
It's up to
say
you,
it.
man.
Let life happen.
All right,
No.
it's up to you.
It's fine.
Okay. Was everybody's fortitude rolls?
14.
4.
Okay. With the advantage? Damn.
Well, the advantage is just a D4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I added a 1.
And Seth, what about you?
I got 10.
Do you have badges?
Oh my
You
god,
have
my
badges.
badges.
You have
Jesus.
4 whole badges.
I forgot.
You have 4 whole badges.
I rolled an 8.
Roll a 4.
Okay.
Okay.
Dude,
Still
these
8
ghost
still
so
tokens
fails.
sorry.
Give us
8
bad
still fails.
dreams.
8
8 still fails. 10 succeeds though, as
Oh,
is
wow.
14.
Nice.
So,
Okay.
Torie, DJ, as DJ goes to sleep, is riddled with nightmares. for
Told
the
you,
first,
that's what it was.
Like,
That's what it was.
20
I knew it.
minutes
Yeah, I
of
knew
sleep.
it. Okay.
In terms of just between witnessing a legendary, then all the shit that happened in Vermilion City, and now with this little bit of like, even if it puts you in a little better mood, it was a very anxious way to end your day. However, something that's interesting is your nightmares start and you're like, oh, there's like these weird like, Hollis's face on Articuno, like Vermilion holding a giant gun, all these weird moments.
Yeah.
And then about 20 minutes into your nightmares, anyone who's watching DJ will see DJ just suddenly be fully at peace. No nightmares. And when you wake up the next morning, DJ, you don't recall said nightmares at all. Anyway, as we get into the next morning, hi everybody. I believe
know
we were
what's
going to
going
head
on.
over to the to Seth's dad's friend's house.
Stop
correct?
saying he's my friend. Just a dad's friend.
Kenna fucked me up on this.
Friend's
Kenna
house.
fucked me up on this. She kept saying it.
Do the line again.
Sorry.
Okay. I believe we're headed to Seth's dad's friend's house, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
I had sent him a text to be like, hey, doing this just so I can get an updated, like,
Yeah. Yeah, you'll get the text.
Situation.
Yeah, he doesn't actually live in town, son. He lives on the bridge south of town.
accurate. Okay, cool. And then we'll get ready to hit the road.
So the next morning, you guys are able to sort of head south of town, and that dirt lot that you had landed in yesterday, you realize now it's actually not a dirt lot. It is the entrance to town. As you look back, that sort of lot extends back to the south where the 2 canyon walls meet, and there's sort of like a narrow pass that heads through those like larger canyon walls. Earlier in the morning, it is fucking cold because not only A, is it surrounded by stone, but B, you can smell the salt of the ocean as you're getting closer. So it is chilly in the morning. It's that thing where if Smolder's not out, he should be. But you guys head south, and eventually, like, there's this sort of like early morning fog that's pushed in, but as you're walking, it sort of like fades out over the course of the first like 15 minutes of walking out, and you can see like there's like the gray water of the ocean sort of lapping, and it's weird because you saw the ocean yesterday, but it was the other side of the ocean because now you're on the other side of this part of the continent, which is a little weird to think about. And as you see it, you see that there is this like wooden bridge that is, it seems like it is like floating on top of the water. It's not actually going over the water, where you can see that the sides of the cliffs are almost impassable if you wanted to keep going on solid land. but the bridge sort of connects and goes down into the water, and it's sort of like a half-wet trail. The bridge itself is probably 50, 60 feet wide of these like floating wooden partitions that are all connected together via these heavy chains. It is some sort of floating road is what it really looks like. Anyone who's familiar with Kanto's geography, this is the Silent Bridge is what this is referred to. And heading south, it's been maybe 20 minutes since you left town. You guys get to these partitions, and before you quite like get to the point where you're about to step on them, you can see in the distance, sort of half in the fog, there's the form of a house, but the house is swaying back and forth. And looking at the direction on it, you see that the house is on its own version of one of these partitions on the water.
That's cool.
Yeah, you guys just like head that way?
Hand in hand.
Okay.
Hand in hand.
As you guys get closer, it becomes clear this is like a small one-room cottage is almost what it looks like. Like it's like maybe 250 square feet. And you can see that the door is facing the road, but next to it on the partition there's like this really nice like chair. In it seated, you see like the most stereotypical fisherman you have ever seen in your life, with like the red puffy vest and like the white and red cap that's sort of pulled down. These mountain of like beer bottle caps is just sitting next to him. And then like the big like sea fishing rod, which Seth, you have your own fishing rod at this point. It is dinky compared to that thing. It is like almost embarrassingly small compared to that fishing rod. But as you guys approach, you guys hear the sound of a cast going, and then in the water, and then you immediately hear as the reeling starts to come in. And there's a moment where you hear the reeling, and then you feel a underneath you as the water moves a little bit. And then you hear, oh man, look, this one's a heavy one. The moving partition moves again, and you hear like the net cracking. Goes, all right, first catch of the morning. And as he pulls up, the water in front of the bridge explodes into mist and fog as something breaks the surface of the water. Sort of this like longer serpentine form with these like white scales on the bottom and blue scales on the top, and this massive sort of frilled head as a Gyarados pops out of the ocean as he reels it into the sky. That freeze frame is where we're going to end today's episode of Unbeatable. Thank you guys so much for joining.
Dude is goated.
We will see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thanks for watching this episode of Unbeatable. To support us, head on over to our Patreon and get access to our Discord, where we interact with our community and we gather questions for our monthly Q&As. Thanks for spending time with us, and remember, stay unbeatable.
Reminder that today's episode of Unbeatable is brought to you by you. We literally could not do this without our patrons, so thank you so much, Mr. William Blair at the Pokemon Master Tier. We, again, could not do this show without you. Thank you so much.
I'll train until I meet my goal. If stakes are high, no, I won't fold, because I am unbeatable. Earning every badge, whatever it takes, I'm gonna be the best trainer, you just wait. And I know the road ahead looks like it won't be easy. I am unbeatable. Standing by my side, got my friends with me to explore a whole world of possibilities. But no matter what the challenge is, we can overcome it together. Because we are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fold, because we are unbeatable. We are unbeatable, we'll train until we meet our goal. If stakes are high, no, we won't fold, because Unbeatable.